Hello everyone, today let us see the solutions for class 8 annual exams. Let us check this out. So, first one, the MCQs. The first question is, 2 years ago my age was X years. So, what was my age 5 years ago? Now here, what many of you did was, you simply 2 x minus 2 minus 5, x minus 7, or you're writing x minus 5, but actually it says 2 years ago my age was x years. That means now my age is x. What is it now? It is x plus 2 years. So now it is asking what was my age 5 years ago. So my present age is x plus 2. So 5 years ago my age would be x plus 2 minus 5. That makes it x minus 3 years. So this would be the correct answer. The second question was, find a single discount equivalent to two successive discounts of 20% and 25%. Many of you simply added up 20%, 25% and said it is 45%. No, that is not how it is calculated. So let us say the initial price of an object is 100 rupees. Then we have a discount of 20%, which means its cost gets reduced to by 80%. And then again its cost gets reduced by 25%. So what we do over here is, this is how we go about it. So you divide by 5 and you get 15 over here and 4. So now the 60 comes. Now it does not mean that the discount is 60%. It simply means that object which was of 100 rupees initially, it has become 60 rupees now. So discount would be 100 minus 60, that is equal to 40%. That is what you were supposed to write. Now let us check out the next question, which is question number 3. If CP of 11 articles is equal to SP of 10 articles, the gain percent will be what? Now, I have told you earlier that those who find X method confusing, you can simply find out the LCM of 11 and 10 and you can say let the price be rupees 110. Okay. So now what it says is, so this means CP of one article is equal to rupees 10 and SP of one article will be equal to rupees 11. So now you see SP is more than CP. So we have gain is equal to rupees 1. Now when we are calculating gain percent, what do we have? Gain by CP into 100. So that makes it 10%. So this will be the correct answer. If you are going by X, you can solve it in the X method as well. Let the price be X. So CP of one article will be X by 11. SP of one article will be X by 10. Let me put it over here. So CP of one article will be equal to X by 11 and SP of one article will be equal to X by 10. So you see this is more. So now what we do, we find X by 10 minus X by 11 and we get X by 110, right? And now you divide X by 110 divided by X by 11 into 100 and that will again give you 10%. So that is also another way to solve this question. Okay, now let us take up the next question. What should be the rate of interest per annum if the interest is calculated quarterly? See, quarterly means it will be reduced to 1/4. The entire year will be broken into 4 segments and the interest will be reduced to 1/4. Now the fifth question. Many of you got confused with this. The question was 2 to the power 0 plus 4 to the power 0 whole to the power of 0 into 3 to the power 2. Now remember, 2 to the power 0 is 1, 4 to the power of 0 is 1, and many of you wrote this as 2. No, it again becomes 2 to the power 0, which is equal to 1. This will be 1 into 3 to the power 2, which is equal to 9. So your answer will be B, 9. Okay, now let us take up question number 6 over here. Find the CI on a sum of 20,000 rupees for 2 years at 8% interest compounded annually. Right. So, what is it? What is the formula that you use? A is equal to P 1 plus R by 100 to the power of N. So, N is how much? 2 years. Right. So, it will be 20,000 into 108 by 100 into 108 by 100, right? Sorry, 20,000. So all these zeros, they move away, and the amount which you get is rupees 23328. When you multiply 108 into 108 and then you multiply it by 2, the answer that you get is rupees 23,328. But remember, you are asked to find out the CI. So when you subtract 20,000 from it, what do you get the answer as? 3328. That will be your CI. So this B option is the correct option, right? Now let us check out question number 7. Okay. For question number 7, what we have over here is x minus 4 into x plus 5 is what? What many of you did was x into x minus 4 into plus 5, x square minus 20. No, that does not happen that way. When you are multiplying binomials or any polynomials, you have to take up each term and multiply it with each term of the other expression. So what you will do is, first you will multiply x with x, so that is x square. Then x into 5, so that makes it plus 5x. Now minus 4 into x, minus 4x. Minus 4 into 5 is minus 20. So you get x square plus x minus 20. Now this is, you remember, x minus a into x minus b. X minus a into x minus b is what you have to calculate according to that identity. Or even if you don't remember that identity, you have to do the multiplication properly using each term as it is supposed to be done. So over here the answer will be C option. Alright, now let us take up question number 8 in the MCQs. Okay, so question number 8 over here says, let's do thick pen. Question number 8. A tap fills a tank in 12 minutes. Due to leak, it is filled in 15 minutes. If the tank was completely full, how long will it take to empty the tank due to leak? Now, many of you wrote 15 minutes. It is saying that because of the leak, it is filling in 15 minutes. So, how long will it take for the tank to empty it? So, over here, the tap which is filling the tank, its work rate is 1 by 12. Right? In 1 minute it is doing 1 by 12 work. Now we do not know at what rate this tank which is emptying is working. How many minutes is it going to take the other tap to empty? That is what we have to calculate. But when you subtract this from it, the resultant that you get is, it is getting filled in 15 minutes. So the work rate when both of them are working together, it is 15 minutes. Why have we put up minus over here? Because This is the tap which is leaking, which is emptying the tank. So that's why this goes into the minus part. So now what we have over here is 1 by 12 plus 1 by 15 is equal to, sorry, minus 1 by 15 1 by 12 minus 1 by 15 is equal to 1 by x. And what is the LCM of 12 and 15? We have 60 over here. 12 5's 60, 15 460, so we have 1 by 60. Now the work rate of this tap which is emptying it is 1 by 60. That means how long is it going to for this tap to do its work? It is just the reverse, 60 minutes. So this will be the answer, 60 minutes. How many sides of a regular polygon will each have it have with each exterior angle measuring 30 degrees, right? We know that the sum of all exterior angles of a polygon is 360 degrees. So all you had to do was 360 divided by 30, and that makes it 12 sides. That is all you needed to remember. Okay, now let us take up the last question. The area of the base of a cuboidal box is 122 square centimeters. If its height is 12 centimeters, what will be its volume? It's very simple. All you had to do was, everything was given over here. What is the formula of volume? Length into breadth into height. Length into breadth is already given over here, 122. So 122 into height is already given over here. So 122 into 12, that makes it 1464 cubic centimeters. So the option, this correct option will be C option, right? So it wasn't that difficult. All you needed was to pay a little bit of attention and you could have solved all of the questions correctly. Now let us take up these 2 mark question. Ram can paint a room alone in 15 hours. That means Ram's work rate will be what? Ram's work rate is equal to 1 by 15. But when he works together with Shyam, it takes them 6 hours to finish the work. So that means Ram and Shyam's work rate is equal to 1 by 6. Now what many of you did was simply 15 minus 6, 9 hours. That is not how it works. You have to use the proper steps. You have to use the proper formulas for that. So now we know that how we find that Shyam's work rate. Together their work rate is 1 by 6. If you take away Ram's work rate from this, you will find Shyam's work rate. LCM of 6 and 15 is what? 30. So 5 minus 2, that makes it 3 by 30. So when you get it, this is Shyam's work rate, 1 by 10. That means if Shyam is working alone, he will take 10 hours to finish the work. That's how simple it was. But if you are not paying attention to the formula, you will obviously get it wrong. The second question was from sets. So if the universal set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is 1, 3, 5, 7. What are we supposed to find out? First we find out A complement. What is A complement? A complement will be 6 and 7 because 6 and 7 are not in A. So A complement will be 6 and 7. Now what will be B complement? B complement will be 2, 4 and 6. Right. Now we have to find A complement minus B complement. Right. So we have to look at the element which is present in A but not present in B. So A has A complement, which is present in A complement but not in B complement. So A complement has only two elements, 6 and 7, and but out of these B has 6. So A complement minus B complement would be 7. That is how simple it was. Now let us take up third question. Many of you were able to understand this, but you did not get the number correct. A number is such that it is as much greater than 45 as it is less than 75. So some of you wrote x between 40, you wrote 45 and it is 75, something like this. X 45, x something like this. No, it doesn't work that way. It is a linear equation question. It is not an inequation question. So you cannot use this method to find it, right? So how do we find it then? See, let it be. What it says is as much greater than 45 as it is less than 75. Let us say that there is a number which when added to 45 and which when subtracted from 75 is the same, right? So we have 45 plus x equals to 75 minus x. But remember, that is not the number. This is the number. This is the number. This is the number. So when you find the value of x, you get 75 minus 45 is equal to 2x. So 2x is equal to 30. And that implies x is equal to 15. Now that number is not 15. The number will be 45 plus 15. The number will be 60. 75 minus 15, that is also 60. So 60 should be your answer, not 15. 15 is half the sum calculated, not full sum. That is why it is important that you pay attention to what the question is asking for. Now let us take up the fourth question. Find the area of the rhombus with side 5 cm and one of the diagonals measuring 6 cm. Now many of you, I do not know how you calculated it, but you need to remember that whenever we are talking about a rhombus, sorry, it is not that perfect, but we need to remember that its diagonals bisect each other at right angles. The diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular to each other. Now let us see. This side is 5 centimeters, right? One of the diagonals we know, which is 6 centimeters. So that means this is 3 and this is 3. Now let us take up this triangle over here and try to find this side. Let us say this is side x. Okay. Now, we know 5 is the hypotenuse. So, 5 square minus 3 square is equal to x. X square. Okay. So, we have 25 minus 9 is equal to 16. That implies root 16 is 4. So, this means the value of x is 4. Now, you see, the diagonal is bisected. So, the length of the diagonal will be equal to, what? 4 plus 4, that makes it 8 centimeters. So, now we come to the formula where we find the area of the rhombus. So, how do we find the area of the rhombus? Now, if you don't remember the formula correctly, you will not get it right. Area of the rhombus is calculated by half into product of diagonals, right? Half into product of diagonals. So, what does this mean? Half into, what is one diagonal? 6. What is other diagonal? 8. So, the answer will be 24 square centimeters. That is how your answer must appear, right? Now, you have to find out the solution set. The next question, which is find the solution set. Let me shift this a little bit down so that we can have the number over here. Solution set for 9x minus 6. Let us take this up. So, okay. So, where is my pen? Alright. So, question number 5. Solution set. Just a minute, please. Sorry, there was someone at the door. Okay, so we were finding the solution set for 9x minus 6 is greater than equal to 12 and x belongs to a natural number, right? Now let us look at this inequation and solve it. 9x is greater than equal to, now this minus 6 moves over to this side, so this becomes plus 6. 9x is greater than equal to 18. So what does this imply? X is greater than equal to 2. So what will our solution set be? Our solution set will be 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Everything that begins with 3 and it extends infinitely. That should have been your answer. If not, then you are not going to get marks. Let us check out the last question in this 2-mark question bit. A number is increased by 20% and then it is decreased by 20%. Find the net increase or decrease percent. Let us say the number is 100. First it is increased by 20%. So it becomes 120 by 100. Then it is decreased by 20%. So it becomes 80 by 100. Now let us check out. 100, 2 zeros go over here. That means the number now becomes 96. So how is it decreased? It is decreased by 4%, right? So that will be your answer. Over here it will be decreased by 4%. Now let us take up the questions which were of 3 marks. Let me shift all of these a little bit underneath this. So let us take this up. Now the questions which were of 3 marks each. Sorry, let me shift it even more so that we can solve them easily. Let us take up these questions over here now. Find x if. Now what I found over here was unnecessarily wasting the energy. So over here many of you started to write it as 4 to the power of 19, 4 to the power of 8 and so on. It wasn't required because see, the bases in all the 3 parts are the same exactly. That means what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to just look at the powers. Minus 19, now remember it is divided by, so it becomes minus 8 equals to minus 2x plus 1. It was as simple as that. Minus 27 is equal to minus 2x. So this 1 moves over to this side and it becomes minus 28 is equal to minus 2x. Since there is negative sign on both sides, x is equal to 14. That is all you were supposed to do. And I do not know why you went all the way along changing this into 4 and then again 4 and then some keeping some into minus 1 by 4. It's totally unnecessary. When all the bases are the same, you change nothing. You just work on the exponents. That is all you are supposed to do. Let us check out question number 2. A father is 5 times as old as his son. I have told this repeatedly, but still I find that some of the students, they do not follow this work. So when it says the father is 5 times, it means 5x, not x plus 5. Father is not 5 years older than the son. The father is 5 times older than his son. After 6 years, now we see plus 6 years. This becomes x plus 6. This becomes 5x plus 6. Now what does the equation become? He will be 3 times as old as his son. So if his son is 3 times old, then he becomes equal to the father's age. And again, many of you, what mistake you are doing is, you are multiplying this part with 3. No, the father is already older. So if you continue to make him even more older, how is it going to be equal to his son's age? सन की एज को जब हम 3 टाइम्स करेंगे तब वो फादर की एज के बराबर होगी ना. सो दैट इज वेयर मेनी ऑफ यू आर कमिटिंग द एरर्स. 3x plus 18 is equal to 5x plus 6. That gives you 2x is equal to 12, and that gives this age of son as 6 years, and obviously then the age of father becomes 30 years. That is how you were supposed to do it. Now let us take up question number 3 over here. X plus 1 by x is 8. So what you are supposed to do? Square is equal to x square plus 1 by x square plus 2. First and foremost, remember to write the correct formula. Okay, now this is 8 square. So this is 8 square equals to x square plus 1 by x square plus 2. 8 square is what? 64. So x square plus 1 by x square becomes 64 minus 2, right? So what does it become? It becomes 62. Now we have x square plus 1 by x square equals to 62. So the next part will be x square plus 1 by x square whole square is equal to x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4 plus 2. Many of you have written 4 over here. Why 4? We are just squaring it, right? So this is 62 square minus 2 will give you x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4. It is as simple as that. So when you have 62 square, what is it that you get? You get 3, 8, sorry, I'm writing 2. I'm saying 3 and I'm writing 2. 3, 8, 4, 4 minus 2, and that gives you 3, 8, 4, 2. That should have been your answer. If it is not that, then you are losing marks. Now let us check out the next question. The dimensions over here, the answer will be 3, 8, 4, 2. Now let us check out this one. The dimensions of a room are this. Find the cost of whitewashing the 4 walls if the rate is ₹7 per square meter. Some are finding the volume of the room. Why are you finding the volume of the room? What are you supposed to find out? What is it that you are whitewashing? You are whitewashing the 4 walls. So you have to remember the formula for area of 4 walls. What is the formula? Twice length plus breadth into height. That is what you are supposed to. This is the formula which you are supposed to use. So length is 13 plus breadth is 9 into 4.5. Now what does it become over here? This is 2 into 22 into 4.5. So when you calculate it, what is it that you get over here? You get 3 the area would be 198 square meters. That will be the area. When you multiply this, you get 198 square meters. And when you multiply 198 with 7, the answer that you get is rupees 1386. That should have been your answer. So the answer here is 1386 rupees, right? If you have not done it this way, then obviously you are going to get an incorrect answer. Now let us take up question number 5. So question number 5, yes, there was an error in your question paper. It was written union over here. So obviously you are not going to get the correct answer. But yes, if you have attempted it, you will get the marks. Because I saw many of you attempted the question. So what is it that you have to find first? A minus B union C. Let us find B union C first. Okay. So question number 5 over here. What will be B union C? B union C will be 1 to 13, right? B union C is 1 to 13. A minus B union C. Now A has everything that has B union C. So A minus B union C will be a null set, right? A minus B. A minus B will be what? When you are subtracting A minus B, you would be left with 1. Let us check this out. A minus B is what? A minus B would be 1, 3, 5 and 7. Things which are present in A but not present in B. So A minus B is 137, and when you are intersecting it with A minus C. So let us see what will be A minus C. A minus C means what is present in A but not present in C. So A minus C is a null set. That is when you intersect them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So this will be 2, 4, 6, 8. And you can see both of them, they are disjoint sets. So when you find them, this answer will also be a null set. So that is how it proves, right? Now let us check out this last question over here, which is factorize, right? So it is x square minus 5x plus 6. Let us see how we are supposed to factorize this. Now this will be a middle term split. So you have to look for the factors that will give minus 5 on adding and plus 6 on multiplying. So the factors will be x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. Many of you have written 6x minus x. No, that will not be the case. Reason, 6 into minus 1 is minus 6. We do not have minus 6 over here. But minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6. And we have plus 6 over here. So that is why we are going to use these factors and not 6 and minus 1. So what we have common over here is x minus 3 minus 2, x minus 3. So we have x minus 3 into x minus 2. That will be your answer for this last question. Alright, now let us take up the next bit, which is question number 4. So question number 4, first question, question 4, question 4, this will be 1. In an exam, pass marks is 40%. A student secures 432 marks and misses passing by 48 marks. That means pass marks is equal to what? 432 plus 48. That makes it 480 marks. So what are you supposed to do now? That means 40% of total marks is equal to 480. So where does this take you? X is equal to 480 into 100 by 40. It was as simple as that. The total marks is 1200. So your answer should have been 1200 over here. Got that? Now, the second question, many of you committed errors in this. Let me tell you what. The major error which you committed was you did not write the correct formula. Now remember, this is a pipe, not a cylinder. In a cylinder, it is closed on both the ends, but a pipe is open at both the ends. So when we are talking about a pipe, what is the formula that we are using? The curved surface area of a pipe is what? It is 2 pi RH. And many of you wrote R and H. Many of you wrote the curved surface area formula for cylinder. No, that is wrong. That's why you got the incorrect answer. Now we see. So all we need to do is just apply the values. So 2 into 22 by 7 into R. Let us take this. Now this is 70 centimeters diameter. So its radius will be what? 35 centimeters. So when you change it into meters, it becomes 0.35 into 21, right? So now very easily you can find out the formula for this, and when this way, when you find out, you find that this surface area, this curved surface area comes up to, okay, let us put it over here. This curved surface area comes up to 46.2 square meters. And straight up, when we multiply it with with 10 rupees per square meters, so the cost will be 46.2 into 10. That makes it rupees 462. That should have been your answer. But if you are using the incorrect formula, obviously you are not going to get the correct answer. Now let us take up the next question, which is question number 3. Using the following Venn diagram, shade the following regions separately. How are you shading the following regions separately? Let us just check this out. So the figure which is given to you is this, right? Now A union B intersection C. So if you are having A union B, so this means A and B, this entire thing you will shade. But then there is intersection C. So that means you have to shade only those regions of A union B which are also present in C. So this should be your diagram for A part. Now let us check out the second diagram. So for the second diagram, so what is the set that you are supposed to represent over here with the Venn diagram? Again, the figure is the same, but what is it that you are representing? A intersection B. So A intersection B is what? This. This is A intersection B. Union C. So now you add all the C over here, and that is how this Venn diagram should be shaded. Got it? So this is A, this is B. Now let us check out C. C and C, what is there in C? Again, the figure is the same. Sorry, I've not drawn the figure properly. There needs to be So this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. So A, B, C. Now we have to find out A union B union C complement. So A union B union C is this, but we have to find its complement. So everything other than A union B union C, everything that is outside this, you have to shade it. Only these three circles will remain. Everything outside gets shaded. Okay. So that is figure C for you. Now let us talk about D. We again have the same figure. Now it is A intersection B intersection C complement. So A intersection B intersection C, this is the part which is A intersection B intersection C, that has all the elements of A, B and C as well. So other than this, everything else will get shaded. Only this will remain. Right. So A intersection B intersection C. That is your D diagram. Now let us take up this equation, which is the we have some space over here, so let us use this space to solve this equation. Now many of you committed errors with this equation as well. So the equation is, just a minute. Let me just shift it a little bit to the top so that we have space over here to solve it. Okay. Right. So let us look at this equation now. So the equation is x minus 3 by 4 minus x plus 2. And by the way, many of you copied it wrong and wrote minus over here, equals to 1 minus x plus 1 by 5. Many of you forgot that this is supposed to be in bracket. Remember, I told you that everything which is in the numerator goes together. Now what you do is, you can take the LCM of all three of them, or you can solve it this way as well. So let us do it halfways, or so see, 4, 3 and 5, their LCM is going to be 60. Okay. So now this becomes, now once the LCM is 60, we are discarding or disregarding the LCM and we are just taking up what is in the numerator. So this becomes 15 into x minus 3 minus 20 into x plus 2 equals to 60 minus 12 into x plus 1. This becomes your equation, right? So what are we doing over here is, we are writing, sorry, this will be 15x. 15x minus 45 minus 20x minus 40. Remember, minus 20 into plus 2. Many of you forgot to change this sign, and that is why you got it incorrect. 16 minus 12x minus 12. You got that? So what we have over here is minus 5x minus 85 equals to 48 minus 12x. So you take the x's to one side, and what we have over here is minus 5x plus 12x is equal to 48 plus 85. So you have 7x equals to 133. X is equal to, over here, 19. So that should have been your value for x. And because you did not pay attention to the signs, many of you got this wrong. So I hope you are more careful next time. Let us check out the next part. How many bricks? Very strangely, many of you got this wrong as well, because you were not paying attention to what the question is actually asking for. How many bricks of dimension? This will fit in a large container with dimensions this. So the container dimensions are, what are the container dimensions? The container dimensions are 80 into 50 into 45, and the brick dimensions are 0.4 into 0.3 into 0.2, right? So what does it come over here? See, point, you take away the 3 points and that gives you multiplied by 1000. So what do you get over here? 180,000 square meters, right? Okay, cubic meters divided by 24. Oh, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have 3 more zeros. This is 80 into 50 into 45 is this much, and then you have 3 more zeros added to it. It will be into 1000, right? So what you get over here is 7500. So the answer will be 75 lakhs of bricks. That will be your answer. But because you confused, you got confused with the decimals, you got a different answer. Many of you wrote this in the numerator and this in the denominator. How is that possible? Is this brick fitting into this container, or this container fitting into this brick? So learn to apply some common sense as well. You cannot just keep on doing anything and everything that comes to your mind. Now this one, 9 people working 8 hours a day can finish a piece of work in 20 days. I've told you in arrow methods it is absolutely simple. So we have people, we have hours, and we have days, right? So 9 people working for 8 hours can finish a piece of work in 20 days. How many people will complete it working 9 hours in 10 days? So remember, the X arrow always goes down. If the number of hours is increasing, then will the number of people also increase, or will it decrease? If the number of hours is increasing, then we will need lesser people. So this goes in the reverse direction, inverse variation. Now, if the number of days is decreasing, will we need more people or less people? Days is going down, so number of people will go up. So again, this is in the reversed direction, inverse variation. Now you know what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to put all the arrowheads in the numerator and all the arrow tails in the denominator. It will be 8 by 9 into 20 by 10. So X is equal to 8 into 20 into 9 by 9 into 10, right? So you get 16 people. That is the simplest in the arrow method. Now if someone is not good with arrow method, then they can do it in the long method as well. How do they do it in the long method? So it's like 9 people, 8 hours, 20 days, right? So 1 person, 8 hours, 20 days will be equal to 20 into 9. 1 person, 1 hour, it will be 20 into 9 into 8 days. Then what are we supposed to find out? 9 hours in 10 days. So 9 hours in 10 days. Sorry, we are supposed to find out the people. Oh, I'm sorry. So we will just put it in the slightly different order, because we have to find the number of people. So let us put it in a different order. How do we put that in a different order? We will take it this way because we have to find the people. So 8 hours, 20 days, 9 people, right? 1 hour, 20 days, 9 into 20 people. 1 hour, 1 day, 9 into 20 into 8 people. Now 1 hour, 10 days, because the number of days has increased, so we will put it into divide 10 days. 1 hour, 9 hours, 10 days, it will be 9 into, still the time will reduce further, so it will be 10 into 9. So what we did over here, 8 into 20 into 9 by 9 into 10, we have the same thing over here when we are writing it in the statement method, if the arrow method confuses you. Okay, now let us talk about question number 6. So we are about to come to the end of our paper. I hope that you have been patient till here and you have been looking at the ways by which you can correct your errors. So let us look at this one. If x square plus 1 by x square, this is the first question, x square plus 1 by x square is equal to 83, find the value of x minus 1 by x. X minus 1 by x whole square is equal to x square plus 1 by x square plus, minus 2. Because we have minus sign over here, so here also we will have minus 2. Now we know this is equal to 83 minus 2, this becomes 81, and the square root of 81 is what? 9. So your answer will be 9 over here. Find the compound interest on 1000 rupees at 20% per annum for 30 months. Now here, remember, when you are using the compound interest formula, so you are using it for a whole number of years because it is being compounded annually. So the time is 5 by 2 years over here. You cannot use 5 by 2 in the power form over here, not yet. So what we do is we take 2 years plus 6 months. So what we do is we find it for 2 years first. So 1000 into what was the rate? 20% per annum. 1000 into 120 by 100 into 120 by 100, right? So now the amount becomes rupees 1440. Got that? When we are doing this, we get the amount as 1440. Now for the next 6 months, what do? We use the simple interest formula, and this will be the principal. Remember, the amount keeps on becoming the principal. So now let us calculate the simple interest. So over here the simple interest will be 1440 into 20 into what was now 6 months. So it will be 1 by 2 years by 100, right? So what do we get over here is simple interest is rupees 144. Now remember, what does the final amount become? This was the initial amount. So 1440 plus 144, this becomes rupees 1584. So the compound interest will be 1584 minus 1000, that is equal to rupees 584. So the total interest which has been gained on this transaction is 584 rupees, right? That is what you were supposed to find out. Now let us look at this question where it is Sunita is twice as old as Ashima. Let us take up this question over here. We have some space over here. Let us take this question. Sunita is twice as old as Ashima. So Sunita and Ashima. If Ashima is x years old, Sunita is 2x years old. If 6 years is subtracted from Ashima's age and 4 years is added to Sunita's age, then Sunita will be 4 times Ashima's age. So what does the equation become now? 2x plus 4 is equal to 4 times Ashima's age. Now what do we get? 2x plus 4 equals to 4x minus 24. So 2x plus, just a minute, 4 years is added and Sunita will be 4 times Ashima's age, right? So what do we have now? 2x minus 4x is equal to, what does this become? 28 minus 28. So when you reverse the signs, 2x is equal to 28. This implies x is equal to 14. Now this is Ashima's present age, 14 years, and Sunita's present age is 28 years. But remember, the question was how old were they 2 years ago? So you don't have to leave it over here. So 2 years ago, Ashima would have been 12 and Sunita would have been 26 years old. So many of you put this minus 2 into the equation as well, but it wouldn't work because the equation says that Sunita will be 4 times Ashima's age only when 6 years is subtracted from Ashima's age and 4 years is added to Sunita's age. It does not talk about 2 years ago or 2 years later on or whatever the timeline is, right? So that is why you need to be very careful about that. Okay, so for our next question, it is construction. Constructions, we have already talked about it. Here on this whiteboard, I cannot show you constructions. So if you have understood the steps correctly, you would be able to do them properly. Now let us take up this question, which is a man sold 2 varieties of puppy, and many of you once again committed the mistake where you thought of this as CP. It is not CP, it is SP. So when we are looking at this question, SP of 2 puppies, SP is rupees 3960. For the second puppy also, SP is equal to rupees 3960. Now what are you supposed to do over here? You are supposed to find out the CP. What is the total CP over here? So what is the formula for CP? CP is equal to 100 by 100 plus profit percent into SP 3960. Over here the CP will be, now let us say this is gain and this is loss. This is the puppy he sold on gain and this is the puppy he sold on a loss. So over here the CP would be what? 100 by 90 into 3960, right? So when you solve this, what is it that you get over here? Here the CP comes to rupees 3600. That is the CP. When you solve this over here, the CP comes to rupees 4400. When you add both of them up, total CP is what? Rupees 8000, right? When you add the SP, total SP is what? 3960 plus 3960 is rupees 7920. So you can see SP is less than CP. That means there is loss. How much is the loss? Loss is for rupees 80. Now when we are calculating loss percent, what is the formula that we use? Loss by CP into 100. So you find that the answer is 1%. So you have 1% loss on this whole transaction. So that will be your answer. Okay. Now let us move on to this last bit of questions. And many of you got confused in this part as well. Time and work is not very clear with many of you, and therefore you need to understand it very well. A can finish a work in 8 days. Let us take this up. Let me use a different pen. Work rate of A is what? 1 by 8. Work rate of B is what? 1 by 12. Work rate of C is what? 1 by 10. Now look at, read the question carefully. A and B work for 2 days. So 2 days A and B have worked together. So they have finished this much of work. Okay. So what does it come to you now? This is 5 by 24 into 2. 2 into 5 by 20. 8 and 12, the LCM is 24. 8 3 is 24, 12 2 is 24. For those who are very weak, let me put this up over here. So you get, this is how you arrive at 2 into 5 by 24. So that makes it 5 by 12. That means 5 by 12 work is already done by A and B when B leaves. So how much work is left? So work left is equal to 1 minus 5 by 12. That makes it 7 by 12. 7 by 12 work is left. So A and C have to finish 7 by 12 work. Now let us find out work rate of A plus C. What is the work rate of A plus C? 1 by 8 plus 1 by 10. So what is their work rate? 8 5s 40, 8 4 10s 40. So their work rate is 9 by 40, right? And they have to finish 7 by 12 work. So how long are they going to take it? So 7 by 12 divided by 9 by 40 is the number of days it is going to take them. So this comes to 7 by 12 into 40 by 9. 4 3s 12, 4 10s 40, so it will be 70 by 27 days it will take them to finish the work, right? That is how you are supposed to solve it. If you did not do it this way, or if you did not arrive at this answer, then I'm sorry, you will lose marks in that. Okay, now the next question. If the area of trapezium is 220 square centimeters and the measure of parallel sides is 6 centimeters and 4 centimeters respectively, find its height. Area of trapezium is what? How is area of trapezium defined? What is the formula for area of trapezium? Area of trapezium is half into sum of parallel sides into height. So what do we have now? 220 is equal to half. Sum of parallel sides is what? 6 plus 4, 10 into height. So we have 5h is equal to 220. H will be equal to 220 by 5, that makes it 44 centimeters. That will be the height of the trapezium. Now let us look at the next question, which is factorize completely. How are you supposed to factorize this? P square plus 6p plus 9 minus 16q square. Now what many of you did was, just a minute, what many of you did was, you just took these two and you took these two and you separated them. No, that is not how it is going to work. If you look at this, this is a perfect square trinomial. This is a perfect square trinomial for p plus 3. Now this is a perfect square for 4q. So now we have a square minus b square identity. So a square minus b square is what? A plus b into a minus b. So what we have over here is p plus 3 plus 4q into p plus 3 minus 4q. That should have been your answer. So that was the last question. Over here, the last one, the very last one, is a construction, and of course I cannot show the construction over here. But if you understood the steps, or if you have practiced constructions, then you would be able to do it correctly. Thank you so much. I hope you were able to clarify your doubts. So thank you so much for watching this video.